You know that sick feeling when your bank account hits zero in December after making $20,000 a month all summer? Here's what they don't tell you about why your storm season money disappears faster than hail damage leads. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is simple: to help roofing professionals like you maximize their careers and build wealth. Today, we're diving deep into the biggest financial mistakes that kill roofing careers faster than bad weather: not saving during peak season. If you're pulling down serious commission checks right now, but have no clue how much to put away, this video could save your entire financial future. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're about to break down the exact system that separates wealthy roofers from broke ones. Picture this scenario that happens to you every single year. You've been crushing it in roofing sales, storm season hits, and suddenly you're closing deal after deal. April through August, your commission checks are fat. We're talking $15,000 to $20,000 months. You feel like you're on top of the world. New truck, nicer apartment, dinners out every night, picking up tabs for friends. Life is good. Then September rolls around. Your calls slow down. October brings a handful of leads that don't close. November, crickets. December hits and you're checking your bank account in panic mode. Where did all your money go? Now you're scrambling, trying to stretch what little cash you have left, maybe even hitting credit cards just to pay rent. Sound familiar? This story repeats itself in your life and the lives of roofing reps more times than anyone wants to admit. The harsh reality is that your roofing sales income is seasonal by nature, and most reps have zero clue how to handle the feast or famine cycle. Here's what the numbers actually look like for you as a roofing sales professional. Research shows that 80% or more of your annual income hits during just 4 to 6 months. Let that sink in for a second. You're essentially earning a full year's worth of money in half the time. But here's the kicker. Those slow months aren't just possible for you, they're inevitable. The difference between you building lasting wealth and burning out isn't talent or even sales skills. It's how you handle money during the good times. Consistent savers win the long game every single time, while loose spenders get caught with their pants down when winter comes. So how much should you actually save during peak season? The answer might shock you because it's way more than most people think. The magic number is 70% of your peak season commissions. Yeah, you heard that right, 70%. Before you click away thinking that's impossible, let me break down exactly how this works using what I call the 30-30-10 rule. This system has helped roofing professionals build real wealth instead of just looking wealthy. Here's how it works. Take every commission check and split it into 3 buckets. 30% goes to your slow season fund. This is the money that keeps you alive when the phone stops ringing. Another 30% goes towards long-term wealth building, investments, real estate, anything that grows your net worth over time. 10% goes into an emergency buffer for true emergencies that come out of nowhere. That leaves 30% for everything else: living expenses, taxes, and yes, even some fun money. Now I know what you're thinking. 30% doesn't sound like much when you're used to spending everything. But remember, this is during peak season when your checks are massive. Let's make this real with your actual numbers. Say you gross $100,000 during your peak season months. Using the 30-30-10 rule, here's where your money goes. $30,000 goes into your slow season fund. That's your future monthly income support when things get quiet. Another $30,000 gets invested toward your wealth building. Maybe your Roth IRA, maybe a down payment on your rental property. $10,000 sits in cash for true emergencies: medical bills, car breakdowns, family crisis stuff. That leaves $30,000 for your living expenses, taxes, and whatever else you need. The beauty of the system is that it's flexible based on your specific situation. If you got higher monthly overhead, maybe bump up your slow season fund to 35% and drop your wealth bucket to 25%. Got kids and a spouse depending on you? You might need more in that emergency fund. Already sitting on 6 months of expenses saved up? You could push more toward wealth building. The key is having your system and sticking to it no matter how good things feel in the moment. Now let's talk about the 3-bucket system in detail because this is where most people mess up. They either mix everything together in one account or they don't have clear purposes for their money. Bucket number 1 is your slow season fund. This money has one job: covering your personal and business expenses during your dry spells. You want enough to handle 3 to 6 months of what I call your bare bones budget. Not your peak season lifestyle budget, but what you actually need to survive. Store this in a high yield savings account or money market fund where it earns something but stays liquid for you. Bucket number 2 is your wealth bucket. This is where the magic happens for your long-term future. Every dollar you put in here should be working toward building your real wealth. Maybe that's you maxing out your Roth IRA. Maybe it's you building up a down payment for your rental property. Could be your taxable investment account in index funds. The point is, you don't touch this money during slow months. It keeps growing while your commission checks are fat so you can build generational wealth instead of just getting by. Bucket number 3 is your emergency buffer. This is different from your slow season fund because it's for true emergencies that you can't predict. Your medical bills, major car repairs, family emergencies. This money sits separate from your checking account and gets funded first by you, then topped off every year. Let me give you a real example of how this plays out in your life. Say you just crushed storm season and pulled in $80,000 over 4 months. Here's exactly where your money should go using this system. $24,000 goes to your slow season fund. If your bare bones monthly budget is $8,000, that's 3 full months covered for you. $24,000 goes straight into your investments. Maybe $7,000 into your Roth IRA and max it out, and $17,000 towards a down payment on that duplex you want to buy. $8,000 goes into your emergency cash reserve. That leaves $24,000 for your living expenses, taxes, and some fun money during those 4 peak months. You would normally spend $50,000 or more of that $80,000 during peak season and wonder why you're stressed come winter. But with this system, you're covered for the slow months and building real wealth at the same time. The question becomes, how do you actually make this happen? Because knowing what to do and doing it are 2 different things for you. This is where automation becomes your best friend. First, set up separate bank accounts for each of your buckets. Don't just nickname them in your head. Literally open accounts called Slow Season Fund and Wealth Building Fund and Emergency Cash. When your money has a specific home, you're way less likely to accidentally spend it. Second, set up automatic transfers from every commission check you get. The minute that money hits your main account, percentages automatically move to your right buckets. You never even see the full amount sitting there tempting you to spend it. Third, consider using apps that make this easier for you. Things like Capital or Betterment can automate percentage-based savings for you. YNAB helps you track everything and stick to your plan. Even a simple spreadsheet or Notion tracker where you log every commission and watch your buckets grow can keep you motivated. The biggest mistakes you can make happen because you don't have a plan or you ignore the plan when money starts rolling in. You spend like your best month is your average month. You rely on credit cards to get you through slow periods instead of your own saved cash. You use one account for everything, making it impossible for you to track what money is for what purpose. But the biggest mistake of all, thinking your peak income will last forever. It won't. Storms end, markets change, industries evolve. You as a roofer who builds lasting wealth are the ones who saves aggressively during the good times and lets that money work for you during the inevitable slow periods. Look, saving 70% of your peak season income isn't easy, especially when everyone around you is living it up during storm season. But the ones following this system are the ones still standing when the industry gets tough. You're the one buying rental properties, starting your own company, and building generational wealth instead of just chasing the next big commission check. The choice is yours. You can keep spending like peak season lasts forever and stress about money every winter, or you can implement the 30-30-10 rule starting with your next commission check. If this video helped you see money differently, make sure you're subscribed because I drop new wealth building strategies for roofing professionals every single week. Your future self will thank you for making the smart choice today. See you in the next video.